Hey guys, how you doing? My name is Boogeyman. Welcome back to my channel, and we're talking about Mech Wars today. And this video is mostly geared towards the devs and paid players in the game. So, right here we have special offers, okay? And we're going to be going through some of these prices that are and are not worth it. You know, are they worth it? Is it worth it? And what can they do to improve it? Now, most of these players who play these games are either blue-collar workers, blue or white-collar workers, guys with 9-to-5 jobs, and retirees, and also veterans. So with that said, you have to balance out the price scales. Now, there are the offset super whale guys who are rich and whatever, but those are very few and far between. Your bulkier players, like I said, are very just middle class to a little bit lower than middle class type guys. Basically the working class. So, with that said, we're going to go through this. And this Mesamune thing at $40 to start, or $50, $49.99 to start, is not really a good deal. Okay, that's a robot at basic level to start. That's not really... It's a robot that's been out for a while. It's a robot that's been, you know, used time and time again. So you want to basically bring that kind of content down between like $30 to $40. Like this is like a $30 to $40 robot. Okay, you don't want something that is $50 straight up, because someone who's like, wow, that's expensive, because it is expensive. That's, you know, that's $50. Especially when someone only makes like $20 or $25 an hour. That's 2 hours worth of work to buy that one robot. You want to keep it between like an hour's worth of work, or maybe like an hour and a half worth of work. And that's how you got to kind of look at some of these prices. If somebody makes $15 an hour to $25 an hour, you want to keep that, your content, within that price range. Okay, so you guys overseas, you developers who are overseas, you have to look at the average American pay hour. How much do they make per hour? And that right there, you can gauge how much you should keep your content, your pricings on your content. So like right here in the green, we have $100 for a robot, 500 gold, a weapon, and level 1. That right there is not worth it at all. That is not a good offer. If you were going to change this, if you're going to do a $100 deal, you should have the robot's instant upgrade, and the weapon's instant upgrade. Because the weapon and then the weapon's instant upgrade, or the weapon and the weapon's instant upgrade and the robot. You can't, this is not a good bang for your buck. You have to remember, again, the people who are buying this are not super rich. There's no point in this. This is not worth it. That's the same thing that goes for this offer. $20 for 1 day of VIP, 50 blueprints, and plus 6 levels to your robot for $20, that's not good. If you have it, you should have $20 for the maxed out levels of your robot, like to max it out. Now that would be good. Someone offered me, hey, 20 bucks and you can max out your robot. That's perfect. That's perfect. I don't need anything else. 20 bucks, the whole thing's maxed out. Why not? $10, the whole thing's maxed out. 10 bucks. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I don't have to worry about upgrades. I don't have to worry about spending silver. I don't have to worry about mining silver or drilling it out, or I don't have to worry about playing 1,000,000 games. I don't have to worry about that. And that right there in itself helps. Now, this right here is not very good at all either. So you have 5 platinum crates, or plantain crates, a weapon at level 1, and plus 6 levels on a robot for $50. Now, that doesn't work. If you had the weapon plus the maxed out level plus, let's just say 10 levels to the robot that the weapon goes on, then that would work. But that weapon doesn't even go on that spider robot. Why would I get it? Why would I get this for $50 when this robot is $50? You see what I mean? That doesn't make any sense. Now, let's go to the last one. $39.99 for one of the best robots in the game. That right there is completely worth it. 40 bucks. 40 bucks, and it's worth it. Now, let's just say if you drop that down to $30 and you put $20 an extra after you bought this, you got a $20 extra to max it out. That right there is 50 bucks. 50 bucks. Boom, for 50 bucks, got the robot, he's maxed out, and he's ready to go. That's great. More people will buy it. So let's just say if you did this. Let's just say you did a package deal to where this was $40 and you got an offer of another $20, okay, to max him out. That right there is great. That is doable. Even if you spend $80 total to max him out, that's doable. That right there is doable. When you start hitting those $100 marks, like $100 marks, that is where people shy away. Because people don't want to spend $100 on a game. $100 is a lot of money, especially when you make $15 to $20 an hour. That's $100 is 5 hours worth of work. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. That's almost a whole day to pay for one thing. You don't want to do that. You want to keep things very low. You want to keep microtransactions, because microtransactions is where people will spend. Okay, keep things at a very, very even, slow keel, and people, the more people buy, the more money you make. So that's it right there. That's all I got to say. Mech Wars dev team, you're doing a good job, but you need to start paying attention to the player base in which you're selling your product to, because you want to bring people in where games like War Robots and Mech Arena and things like that, they're just, War Robots completely destroyed their player base by making things too expensive to where they just left. Now, that's something you want to learn from, because you don't want that to happen to you in the end. You don't want to create this great game and then all of a sudden nobody's playing it anymore. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want something like Mech Arena to happen to where you have made this awesome, great, cool looking game and stuff, and now your game has become stagnant because you've made a piece of content that is so overpowered and that it just destroys the game, which we will get into in another video. But Mech Arena's prices are over the top. It's literally an investment, and you don't want to do that. You don't want them to be like, this is an investment to buy a new robot. This is an investment to buy a set of weapons. You don't want that to be your MO. You don't want your player base to think that I'm not willing to put the money in to buy this stuff because I'm not willing to make that investment. And that's not, you don't want that to be the outline. You want them to be like, oh, sure, let's add another Nexus to my hangar. Why? Because it's affordable. Let's add another a set of guns or something to my hangar because it's affordable. It's something I want to play with. And that's where you keep your prices down, because it's like, hey, let's just say I'm in a squad with my clan mates. And my clan mates are like, you know what, let's all run this particular robot. Let's run the commando, right? Let's run this commando robot. Everybody use commando robots. Well, if I don't have a commando robot, I'm not willing to go out there and buy another commando robot because it's such a big investment. But if the prices are down and it's like affordable, I'll most likely go out there and buy that commando robot and max him out and play with my friends, because I want to play with my clanmates. I want to play with my friends. And that's where you have to gear your game towards. We are a social setup, we are a social species, and we want to play with community. So when you base that off of on Discord and things like that, when you base that whole ideology, you want people want to play with each other, and you want people to buy the stuff that you have. So make it as affordable as can be, and you will attract new players, a better player base, and your game will succeed. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much. Take care.